A, Unit 5, Tuesday, Thursday. All right, here it comes. We know that A is always where you start. Again, if there are only two choices, you're not going to choose the percent for the A. Do me a favor on the 100, put start. It's always the initial amount. This A is also going to be the y-intercept, which they're going to ask you that question. What number is the y-intercept? The minute you know your A, you're also knowing that you're getting the y-intercept. And again, the reason they're doing this for this unit is usually you do whatever unit, you forget it, do whatever next unit, forget it, do the next unit, forget it, and then unit 5, they do something brand new, while 1 through 4 are forgotten. They decide, you know what, let's do this. Let's do 1 through 4, and then unit 5 reach back to at least one thing from each of the 4 units. So this is what they chose from unit 4. All right, so again, what is the A? Someone say it out loud.
100.
100, I saw that on a lot of papers. That's cool. So then we know the B has something to do with that 22. And what is true is this. You do have to change that 22 into a decimal just at the right time.
Stop. Wait.
So here, wait, Toss.
Wait.
Back. And you move it. I don't have time to have to wait. Class already
I have
done.
like 2 hours.
You move it 1, 2, not for the new stuff. Some people are caught up, they do, but old people week 4. So you wind up with the point 22, but of course, as you know, you have to add a 1. If it says grow, is it saying grow? So where it is.
Yeah, it decreases at any rate. Thank
If
you.
it increases, you have to do 1 plus the percent. If it is a decrease or a decay, you do 1 minus. They haven't been doing decay, so that's why I haven't been stressing that. But just know it could be a minus there. And so we know $1 plus 22 cents is $1.22.
Thomas, you got to 0.
I'll put it in after class.
Can't get it.
And so here it is. There's a formula. Take a look at it.
Right, sorry.
All right, do me a favor. There'll be some other questions about the handout. Let's sheet of paper to answer. But for now, put in the calculator. Yet again, a table 0, 1 through 5. When you do your mini test today, it's being called a performance task. That table will be a requirement. We were going to use the table to help graph it, but for the purposes of this assignment, we'll just do the table, and we won't necessarily. I don't think this one has a graph on it, does it? Put in the table. Once you have your table, I'm putting just the first one on the table.
Because it was my guy's record.
Let's see on the table. Maybe we'll graph the other one on the table. X and a Y. 0, 1. 0 will always have the A in front of it. In other words, I know anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So whatever's in front of it, oops, will come there. The other part I don't know though. What's what do 1 and 2? What's 1?
122.
Okay, 122, and then 2.
148.84.
Yeah, for a second I thought it was going to be 244, like just double the amount, but I guess it doesn't work that way. 148.2?
84.
All right. So again, the calculator, we're using tools strategically, Common Core number 5, which is why they allow it now. In other words, back in the day, they didn't want to use a calculator because they just thought by using it, you use it as a crutch, you wouldn't become smart enough until they realized move out some of the things that are easy to calculate so that you can get to the real questions, which is what I'm about to pass out right now. The y-intercept is always the partner with the 0, so that's no big deal. As a matter of fact, on this table, write down y-intercept. We're going to sketch a picture really fast. I'm going to sketch a picture really fast, and that way, oh, there's space. I'm going to erase this over here so I can space it. You can erase or write where you need, even on that side next door to it, because I want you to be able to answer these questions.
Oh wait, so this is like answering these questions?
Right, it's going to, that is,
So do we, for the, what is the one?
but don't write on this sheet initially. Right now we're just going to talk through the questions. And then the final time when you take the test before we do it, then I'll have you write on there.
Wait, I cheated my picture self.
Right. Here we go. Listen up.
Might as well just leave it, you know. Nobody expects that.
Put 4 marks on your graph. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, we have to draw that?
Yeah, they didn't put a graph for you this time. We'll do another one where they already have a graph for you. So draw a quick little graph. So Eric, trying to draw that on there. Quick little graph. For our purposes, we're going to choose any of these points to be our y-intercept. I'm going to choose the third one. You guys can choose whichever one you want. If it were scaled,
Oh my god.
write it down, write it down, write it down.
I wrote it down.
The good news is, for an exponential function, which is what these are, how does he know? Whenever the x is in the exponent, it's an exponential function. And they all take off like an airplane flying off, going through the y-intercept. So everyone go ahead and sketch this. I'll do it with a green line. Airplane taking off, taking off. Thank you. Now what's true is the table, they may ask you, and you may not necessarily, it may not fit just right, to put in some of the points. But for our purposes, I tried it with the other class, they don't quite fit. So the idea is why trying to fit like 1 and 122, like you kind of put it right here, and 2 and 148, like where was it, it became a little tricky, so I'm still okay with just putting the table, which shows the test people that if I had to put the points on, they're going to ask for 5 points, I could. But for our purposes, so they don't fix it right, I don't want to use our time like, okay, how are we going to scale to get it on right now? My main thing, y-intercept. Other thing, exponential function goes up. So now here comes what we have to answer.
On the test, it's going to be like that, or do we need more separated? Like,
I don't get it.
The points.
Some of them, I think it's going to be close to something like 1.22, 7, 1.22.8. They'll be like weird like that. All right, here comes the question you need to answer. Don't write them down. Don't write them down. Here goes. Someone out loud. What's the y-intercept?
0, 100.
0, 100. That's a freebie. Here's the real part.
Should we write that down?
Don't. No, you don't have to write down. If you want to write it on here on your actual page, you can. Right now, I just want you to discuss because you'll need this one. When the last time I'm going, like, all right, write down your answers on this sheet, but don't do it now. The second question: what does the y-intercept mean in this context? In this word problem here,
it's the initial value, right?
Initial value.
Initial population of flies.
Initial population of flies. How many flies were there at the beginning? That part I do want you to write down. So let's see if you can squeeze that in. So A
Actually, actually
was 0,
by the way,
100.
No, they open this
B,
in general.
what was the initial amount of flies, initial population of flies, beginning amount of flies, whichever word you're comfortable with, as long as you know is, and the y-intercept is always what you start with. So if it's a banking problem, which they love the banking problem, it's how much money you started with. Initial number of flies, initial.
Did you see fear in my eyes? I did. You were like. Describe the end behavior.
Easy, you guys are
That's the part we're about to do next, which some students have so much trouble with those arrows. Population of.
Their end behavior D minus. You can't talk about it in class. What?
All right, I hate to do this, but we can't get out of it. Please do me a favor. Split this. Split this.
Spelling Thomas, you're laughing at my joke.
Split the picture in half.
Oh, we're doing the initial.
Yeah. I'm about to do the end behavior. Picture 2 green arrows on either side of that little dotted line.
Wait.
You'll start remembering this one before.
Oh, this thing.
The blue arrow is going to tell you what's happening on the right-hand side. Is it going up or going down? The left side, is it going up or going down? On this side, of course, it is going up. On this side over here, it's going down. So write that down, write that down. All right, let's see if we can get this piece down. For C, they ask for the end behavior.
You know my dad actually.
The right-hand side is always the easier part. The right-hand side says, oh, it's going to the right, it's going to infinity. And what's the blue arrow say it's doing?
It's going into positive.
So for this right-hand side, you start with x goes to positive infinity. And then the y it also goes up and up forever and ever. That's what this green arrow says. I'm going up forever and ever. That's why this is a freebie. You just did this on the cow problem. When you go the green arrow, what does the green arrow going to the left represent?
Negative infinity.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So far, the parts that are repeats are, hey, what's the y-intercept? Saying what it is in the word problem is new. Writing down what the end behavior is, that's old. So if you don't have this already, write this part down, write this part down. You know the second y goes to 0. Like, why does the second y go to 0? Of course, it doesn't go below that line. As the asymptote there, the x-axis. What is that? But here comes the next question.
Never mind. I was about to ask the next question.
The next question says, what does the end behavior mean within the context of the problem? In other words, what does it mean like it's going to infinity or whatever? Here's how we're answering that.
Flies are always going to be increasing, but it can never be less than 0.
Right. So let's see if we can, how we would write that.
It's the flies.
What is the, let me see what this thing is, time. Do me a favor, write time here on X. And write flies over here on Y.
There, shut up.
As time increases, the flies increase.
That's very interesting. What you were saying.
Alright. So the reason you're writing this is so that you know when you're going, the X, the green arrow means time. Hey, how much time? As the time increases, this green thing goes up, says that the flies are also increasing. So what are you writing here? Output as time increases, flies increase, and you can't have less than 0. That's what that other thing says. You can't have like -2 flies. So here it goes. This is our first try with this. We're going to do another one with these, and then we'll test you, and then we'll do the real deal. Hopefully it doesn't take up much more time than it should. Here it goes. As flies increase,
This is what it reminded me of.
as time. Time increases. I'll put a little green arrow above the increases. Flies increase. The number of flies increase, rather. The number of flies increase. Now, again, if it's for money, as time increases, the amount of money increases. The cows, I think it was the E. coli that was inside the cows on that product. We went back to it. Number of flies increased. And then the extra piece that Sammy said was that you can't have less than 0 flies.
No, he's not working over there. He's looking for your
This part I'm going to come and check off because this problem D is really important. Can't have less than 0 flies. I'm going to come around in just a moment to mark this part off, but let me give you a chance at least to write. What page is this one? 46? Page 46 is the one, and again, in the interest of time, someone say out loud what the initial amount is.
50,000.
Thank you. Alright, someone different. Tell me how we're going to write 4% as a decimal, please.
You move it 2 times to the left.
2 times to the left. 1, 2. You want it with this 0.04.
Yeah.
Of course, when you add it together, someone say what's going in this final one. Someone different.
It's 1.0.
$1.04. Down on this row here, they asked for it for 1 year, but go ahead and put in the X on this one. 1.04. Now they have this raised up to be multiplied. I'm going to put in parentheses just because that's what we're used to. And then we'll put the little X up high. If you were finding out how much it was for 1 year, you put a 1 in the place of the X when you punch into your calculator. As a matter of fact, everyone do that for me really fast. Into your calculator, put in what it would be for 1 year. Punch in this guy here.
15,600. Wait.
Want to try and see if yours agrees with what she has there? I was trying to get it to so that's on C. So page 46 is filled in. If you were absent, you'll be able to fill that in. Go to page 49. Page 49, this is the first time it's going to be semi-test-like. I want you to, you're going to read through the problem, but they're going to give you the form, which you can highlight. They use a P and a T. When it's time for you to put into your calculator to get your table, you'll use a Y and an X. They always use T, or they often use T because T stands for time. P in this case is going to be payments. But what is it that you're about to do on this problem? Step 1, get your table. Step 2, answer questions A through D, but answer it on your paper. This is going to be one more time. We're going to do this after, and you'll actually answer it on here. So again, A through D, we'll do E together.
So we don't do it on
So don't do it on there. Do it on here. So next time you do it, you will do it on there, though. All right. So read through the problem just to hear what the numbers they throw around. They're going to throw this extra number around that we're going to need to use for E. But for now, read through the problem. Take a look at the form that they wrote down. Be aware, okay, yeah, I see what they got there. I see what they got that. All right, so let me do my table. Once I do my table, A through D. This is your first chance to feel what it's like for this mini test that you're going to get today. It'll feel just like this. So let me give you 2 moments to do that. Again, what are they doing?
I did it wrong.
Table A through D.
Wait, you don't want us to answer how many months or years will it take for the amount to reach 35,000?
On 49, please do what we just did on, what page is this one? 42?
You mean 46, right?
Yes, on 46, thank you. What's the page number?
I mean,
that one
like
was-
you just need to keep on helping, and then you have to keep on.
Without drawing the picture,
You don't want us to write it down on the paper?
no, not on paper. The next time you do it, and we're going to do one other time, that's going to be the paper time.
How many? You said you just do 5, right? 0 to 4?
Always do 0 to 4. So do on page 49 what we did on this former page, which I don't know what the fly problem was. This was page 47. So you're doing your A through D, page 47.
It's copyright. Maybe he's gonna put the speech on.
I'll leave this part on the board so you can have. You don't have to draw the sketch on. Oh shoot. Well.
I'm already almost. Oh, we already know the end behavior.
Right. As I say, you need a sketch for the end behavior, but the end behavior on all of these, they're following the same pattern, so you don't have to figure out something new. This last one, but I should have. This over the X, I should have written time. And over the Y is the new thing. The Y is either money or it's going to be, in this case, it's flies. On your table, that might help some of you. If over the X, which is always time,
What are you whispering?
the Y is the new thing. Is it flies? Is it money? That way, when you're writing down your answer,
I can't hear what you're saying.
is it the flies that are increasing? Is it the money that's increasing? What's increasing? It's whatever the Y value is. All right, let me go.
I honestly thought it was really funny. It was just weird. I never texted me for
I know.
I
know. Surprisingly, I wasn't out.
He wasn't. He was just being weird. He was like,
There you go.
The time it would take.
I accident. It was an accident.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
What was your game plan for the video?
I didn't mean to like get some on my shoes. I meant to like.
I know, but like
I meant to,
when
like-
you started taping yourself, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember. I said that. I said something
Who else did you send it to?
like to other people. Nah, they're like old friends,
Oh,
and they're like I'm so down. Are you
I like
really
taking that content here.
They're like some other friends.
No,
When you did like, yeah, send me all your weird videos. I like them.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, that's not even like as weird as
I know. I should have deleted my Snapchat and added you if you sent us weird stuff.
Oh my god.
I like it. I'm
How?
I'm trying to mark a keyword indeed.
Oh, well, I just like, was I supposed to graph it?
Oh.
Not necessarily happy this time.
I wanted to.
I finished the log part.
Alright.
Brenda!
I'm going late. Yeah, I'm like.
No, I just like deleted it.
Alright.
No way. I was like, should I
Take
I
four.
Brenda! I love you. I can go with you.
Does anybody didn't mark your D? Didn't mark your D.
Sorry for taking your.
Can I put a hat on you and take a picture of him?
All right, let's see if we get some of these questions answered, and then the next time you're doing it like a test. You're using that big sheet that I've been telling you not to use.
Wait. You put it on. Also, you have a small head.
Big nation.
I didn't know how to do it.
It's the guys from Chicago from my hometown all call themselves. So when I like edges, it's like, yeah.
And then finally look at the assumptions, something else increases. The money, the supplies, whatever.
I don't like this hat.
The paragraph find
I
out,
was
okay,
saying
what
that,
was
like,
the
if
paragraph about?
I implement this hat on and I like tag the big nation people, I
All right.
forget that literally every
Let's get this
single
down.
time I'm singing, and I'm like, yeah, I have nothing to stupid now, send me as well.
All right, so
I
you
don't look
did.
stupid with this hat, I'm wearing a scarf.
All right, let's have your attention. On this one here, you have the formula here. I'll write it over here again. Y equals the 30,000.
But it's like about far more.
Yeah, thanks.
If you need to change anything, go ahead and change it.
Yeah.
Table, I need help on the table.
Okay.
0 and
30,000 and 1 and 31,350.
And I'll just do up to 2.
2 is 32,761.
Take a look so far. If your numbers are matching so far, you're doing very good.
Wait, no.
Next thing, if you need to make an adjustment, you can. A, what was the y-intercept?
0,30,000.
Thank you. Here comes the question, what does that actually mean in this scenario?
That's the initial amount of money he owes.
Okay, initial amount of money, and this is just beginning, initial amount
Yes.
of money owed.
It's hard. A library card. You guys watch Arthur?
Medical card.
C,
I was actually a big fan of Arthur.
what do you have down for C? It's the same thing for these columns.
It's gonna be okay for another year. And then I try hard to get a medical card, but I'm totally not.
But the question is, what does it actually mean?
You brought Jesus into your life.
I saw some good D's out there. Tell me what you have for D. Some people had D.
I said the amount will always increase, but never be less than zero.
Let me hear. Say it again, please.
The amount will always increase, but never be less than zero. As time increases, the money increases.
As time increases, the money increases. Someone use another word. What word did you use?
The price will always increase but never reach 0.
You want some water real quick?
So for D, if you don't have D, right, as time increases, money increases. Some of you are starting to see a pattern.
He's seen some good detail here. That's a good one. I would have laughed immediately if I understood like right on.
I've never seen you laugh.
But you're gonna get me kicked out. I mean,
Please write this down.
I miss Bernie Sanders.
I mean, he's still alive.
No, he's actually, I'm sorry. All right, well, rest in peace.
mainly because I don't want to like, I don't know.
you guys typically do?
Write that down, write that down.
Michelle,
This is
what-
E. You need to be able to do this to get it. But watch this. It reminds you of the cow problem. Step one. Well, someone say out loud, what's the first thing we'll get rid of?
The 30,000.
The 30,000, just like we did a long time ago. Calculator. Somebody punch in the 35,000 divided by the 30.
1.67.
Oh,
I'm Rain Man.
Alright, she's already done it, so I'm going to pause it so don't get so
No, no, it's
You
1.67.
forgot the log. Not yet, not yet.
It's 1.67.
Okay, no extra one.
No.
Everybody do me a favor though, please punch in that division prompt just to make sure it pops in on yours. Because again, just seeing numbers sometimes is different than if you did it yourself.
Is my comment where I called you that word? Yeah, I was offended. I was triggered. You were triggered.
Down. Next up to get the X down. How to get the X down? Rewrite log. What you do on one side, you got to do on the other. So here's that next line. Next line is a log of 1.167 equals that red X. I want you to see that the log brings the red X down. That's why I'm rewriting it.
Come on for the movie.
Write it down, write it down. And then last step, divide that log
I didn't get any other hours.
on both sides to get the X alone. Everybody do me a favor, once you write this down, please punch into your calculator. So we can find out what X is going to equal. Now, Eric, I think I'm going to find out that it's going to be quite close to what you were guesstimating. But go ahead and write these steps down, write them down.
Can I say it?
Don't say yeah, give us just one more chance, and we'll take a banana.
Yeah, I did.
Then what you get, then we'll get another answer.
3.51. Like if you round it up.
Yeah, 3.51. Anybody else? Did you get me divided 3.5? Okay, all right. I'll just give it 3.5. If you had the 1, I recognize it. This one, come on, let me just double check this one in your calculator again. Punch in that last one. Then also give you a chance to. I'm not going to do the table because I know you can't.
And you can go October, but
Well, you got the car. I think like 1,300, honestly. No, because I didn't hear the car.
You think you could get it at 1,800?
Like 1,300.
Take a look at the formula on the board. Make sure you got that formula. Without that, everything else is broken.
Yeah.
spend a week there.
The graph.
So did you that?
No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's just facts. I'm better than you at math.
Wait, that was your math score?
What?
That was your
My math score was like 600.
Oh, I was like that.
That's what I was gonna ask you, can I do that?
Yeah, you can do it.
Even though they're driving, it's still
You're right.
There's no
Take a
way.
look at the board.
But they looked alike.
That makes sense.
He was in the middle.
I got 600.
Last part, last part.
Average score. Imagine you, someone who's dumb.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, he's down in chemistry. He was very happy.
But my English score was actually really
I
good.
know they're cool.
Yeah.
My English score.
Get ready for the real thing. It's about to come out in just a second. Somebody help me out. Tell me what this 20,000 equals.
Overall, I was in the
1.25.
I'm trying to confirm it.
Organized.
Okay, then try. Stupid people don't.
Last step, last step.
I took that SAT series.
And
I really, because when I asked you, have you started studying it? You said no.
No, well, she took that one.
no, you should take that.
No, I asked you after October
What's
1st.
the final answer?
Yes, I did.
I got four, I didn't round it, but I got 4.4, I got 5.42 equals it.
5.4.
We'll talk about it.
I
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
All right. All right, have your attention, have your attention.
I know, and I asked you
I need the
before
final.
November 5th, did you study? And you said no. Did you
Take your final look. You're about to get your.